Yo, what's up, Aries? Welcome to monthly forecast for the month of November 2017. Aries, the sun is going to be in the sign of Scorpio throughout the month of November 2017. And Scorpio for you is an area that has very much to do with your shared resources. It has to do with your sex life. And it has to do with your shared financial situation. It has to do with business deals, contracts, and negotiations. So there's a lot of things that fall under the area of Scorpio for you, Aries, and this is going to last all the way up until November 21st. And then November 21st, the sun's going to shift into Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is an area for you that has to do with faraway places, foreign cultures, and spirituality. So following November 21st, potentially not all of you, Aries, are going to be going somewhere far away, but maybe some of you are. Now, if that's not the case, then potentially others of you are going to become more fascinated by a foreign culture, or potentially some of you are really getting involved in spiritual subjects. But those are the main themes for you, Aries, for the month of November 2017. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological influences that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on November 2nd, Mercury is aspecting Chiron. And this has a lot to do potentially with some sort of secret conversation in your business partnerships, or potentially you're secretly sexually attracted to someone. So basically, for some of you, Aries, it might be a combination of both. Maybe you are secretly sexually attracted to someone, and potentially they might exist somewhere in your line of business. Now, if that's not the case, then potentially others of you are just having some sort of closed door conversation with somebody that you share your resources with right around November 2nd. And this is a positive aspect between Mercury and Chiron that's happening. So this would be indicative that something's positive happening with this situation. Now, Chiron is the asteroid in our solar system, and it does give us the tendency to feel a little bit uncertain about a situation. So, if you are an Aries that does have some sort of secret sexual attraction to somebody, as this aspect would indicate for some of you, then potentially this is probably something that you're going to feel a little bit uncertain about. But overall, whoever you're secretly sexually attracted to could be a pretty good match for you. On November 4th, there's a full moon, and this full moon has very much to do with a shift in your money situation. And, well, how do you earn your money, Aries? Well, just think about it. Whatever you do to earn your money, there potentially could be a shift in this area of your life. So, if you're in one role right now, potentially there could be something about that role that's going to change, or some of you, Aries, are just going to have a complete change altogether in what you're doing. So there's going to be some Aries that are going to stay maybe with the company or with what they're doing right now, and there's just going to be changes within your existing role. And then other Aries may pursue a completely new opportunity altogether, and you might see that following the full moon on November 4th. Now, when I see someone have a full moon in this area, it also has to do sometimes with a payout. So potentially some of you Aries may receive some sort of payout following the full moon on November 4th. And unfortunately, with full moons in this area, I've also seen the flip side occur. So sometimes it can actually result in unexpected expense. So I hope for your sake, Aries, I hope that's a payout. I hope that this full moon on November 4th doesn't end up as an unexpected expense. On November 9th, the sun is aspecting Pluto positively. And this has a lot to do with your business partnerships and your career. And the sun is bringing warmth and vitality to your line of business. So this spells success for your line of business. And some of you might be going through some sort of transformation when it comes to your career, because Pluto's there. Pluto is the planet of transformation. Now, Scorpio, where the sun is Scorpio. And that area for you has to do with your business partnerships also. So, Scorpio is a very sexual sign. So with the sun being there, potentially some of you could be really sexually attracted to somebody in your industry. So it might not even be somebody who you work with directly. They could just be within the same industry as you. So this could indicate, especially with the sun's aspect of Pluto, that some of you have some sort of deep sultry attraction, because Pluto is a deep planet. So some of you might be connected to this person in more of a profound manner than you even realize. On November 11th, Saturn is aspecting Uranus. And Uranus is actually still retrograding. So this spells some sort of review of self. I mean, Uranus is retrograding in your sign and it's aspecting Saturn. And this potentially could have to do with a faraway place. So where Saturn is for you, Aries, is in an area that has to do with faraway places. So, and Uranus is the planet of the unexpected. So potentially some of you, maybe something's coming up regarding a faraway place, and it's just coming up in some sort of impromptu or abrupt or unexpected manner. So some of you are going to see this resonate this way on November 11th. Now, others of you, if it doesn't have to do, because not all of you obviously are going to have some faraway places factoring into your lives right around November 11th, but for some of you that are, yes, you will see maybe something come up regarding a faraway place, and if that's not the case, then potentially others of you are going to be more immersed in foreign cultures, potentially something like, is there somebody local in your life that has something to do with a foreign culture, potentially something unexpected may come up then, or potentially for others of you, this has to do with spirituality. So this might be a restructuring of your spiritual beliefs, Aries. Have you always believed in a certain, theology, or have your spiritual beliefs always been inclined to be a certain direction? Well, now there's some sort of restructuring happening potentially, and this doesn't mean that you're going to abandon any original spiritual beliefs that you might have had, but you're just going to be more open to different perspectives potentially. On November 13th, Venus is actually aligning with Jupiter, and this is a beautiful aspect for love and sex because, once again, Venus is in that area on November 13th that has to do with your sex life, and it's aligning with Jupiter, and Jupiter is an expansion, and it has to do with something big. Jupiter's a big planet, so potentially something pretty big happening in your love and sex life. And once again, Venus is in Scorpio. Scorpio is that area for you that has to do with your business partnership. So, once again, potentially some of you have this big sexual attraction and love attraction for somebody who's in the same industry as you. Whether you're single or you're coupled up, maybe you are attracted to somebody that you know from your industry. On November 18th, there's a new moon. And this new moon has very much to do with something new about your shared resource situation. So if you do share your resources with someone, Aries, then the way the new moon works, it's going to hit on November 18th, and the 6 months that follow November 18th, all this new stuff's going to start coming down the pike regarding your shared resource situation, something new coming in potentially. For others of you, it could have to do with something new about a business partnership that's coming in the 6 months that follow November 18th. If you're single, you can expect, some of you Aries can expect someone to enter into your sex life. This has to do with your sex life, Aries. So, maybe somebody's going to come down the pike in the 6 months that follow November 18th, and potentially they're going to be part of your sex life. This also has to do with business deals, contracts, and negotiations. Are some of you Aries maybe getting some sort of deal coming in November 18th? Obviously not all of you are, but some of you might see, in the 6 months that follow November 18th, maybe you're signing a contract of some sort. On November 22nd, Neptune is finally going direct. It's been retrograding since June 16th, so it's quite some time. And when planets go retrograde, sometimes they hang things up or put things on delay. So, potentially there might have been a delay with letting go. This has a lot to do with letting go. And, potentially some of you Aries have been holding on to something for so long, and it's an outdated situation in your life. And now that Neptune's moving forward, you're finally going to be able to get the ability that you need to let go. And it's probably a good thing, Aries, because whatever you're holding on to might not be good for you. Now, that's not the case for all of you, Aries. Some of you other Aries might have a secret situation going on. And while Neptune was retrograding since June 16th, all that time you were probably reviewing. So R for retrograde, R for review during that time. Should I get involved in this secret situation or no? Now, when Neptune starts to go forward again on November 22nd, you're going to start to, realize what you need to do. Yes, I am going to get involved in this secret situation, or no, I'm not going to get involved in this secret situation. So it's going to be one or the other, and you're probably going to decide. You're probably going to say, hey, this is, this is a secret situation in my life. I'm interested in it, and, it's potentially something that I'm going to go forward with. Others of you are going to be like, you know what, no thanks. I've reviewed what's happening, that's secret in my life, and now I'm ready to just move forward. On November 24th, Mercury is aspecting Chiron, and this is communication with someone in a faraway place. And potentially there's just something maybe a little bit, maybe some sort of challenge. I mean, can you make the connection? There's something off there a little bit about communicating with someone in a faraway place, and this has to do with a secret. So, maybe it's not even that it's off. Maybe it's just that you are a little bit uncomfortable, or maybe you're uncertain, but at the same time you're interested. So Chiron's in the mix. So it's Mercury and Chiron are aspecting each other on November 24th. And some of you might be having a conversation with someone in a faraway place, or potentially has to do with a spiritual subject, or someone from a foreign culture. There's a secret conversation. And this is something that, might excite you, but at the same time, you're a little uncertain and you want to find out more about it. On November 30th, Pluto is aspecting the North Node. Some of you have a deep sultry attraction for somebody in your career, undoubtedly. But I think that's all I have for you this month, Aries. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, share, and like. I'm on Instagram, Gregory Furlan Official. I'm on Facebook, posting daily astrology